can't shake this feeling like I'm up so high. I got no doubt this life ain't got no ceiling. Like you won't break me, I won't back out. I just can't shake this feeling like I'm up so high. I got no doubt this life ain't got no ceiling. Like you can't stop this.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's our Monday night opener for the season. Both teams are set up, and off we go. Here's Parker Washington with the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. They'll run it with Travion Henderson. And he cuts it back right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 6-0 lead right away.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Let's get a start. Get Big Mike over here. Let's go.
Celebrating that end zone. So basically a full 17 games to go. So far, so good.
Pay off all of that off-season work. The OTAs, the mini camps, get into preseason, training camp, all of it. And you can't do it much better than that.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Has this at the 6. Making some progress here. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Fix the eagle! Fix the eagle! Ready,
Daniels going to throw to get us started. That's caught. Here comes Junior Gibbs. And he won't be able to take it all the way. Got close, though. Out of bounds, just shy of that 10-yard line. They rip up a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to. Aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10.
19 target. Ready.
Looking inside the red zone. He brings it in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers finish off their opening drive. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. Washington now to return. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. He's got it on the bootleg. Bails out of the pocket quick. And the Buccaneers are going to get home as they drop him. After one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, when you take a huge negative sack like that, I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
3rd and long for him here. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24.
Got it. Ready?
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Come on. Set. Bronco 80.
Play fake here, Daniels. Flushed out of the pocket. Checks it down to Gibbs. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first.
lot worse than a quick little shuffle gives sometimes. I like that play. That shuffle pass just keeps the defense honest, keeps them guessing a little bit. Normally goes for positive yardage, and sometimes you're even able to surprise that defense entirely.
This is Gibbs on second down. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Ready, set.
3rd and just 2 to go.
18 Cardinals. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's going to be 4th and short.
Okay, break.
From their own side, they're going to go for this. They need about 2.
Here we go, set. Panther 60, Panther, trap 60, trap 60.
Now Daniels on 4th down. It's complete. This is Olave. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. So an 11-yard gain to back up a considerable gamble to go for it there on 4th down, Brock. They're moving the chains. First and 10 from the 43.
Here we go, here we go. 79.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. It's his running back. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives them a first down.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper, shredding the slopes, or dude shredding a defense just like that.
Coming to the line for another first and 10.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Viking 18, 79 Broncos.
Daniels is going to throw again. Has it at the 7. And the stop is made as they get themselves into first and goal. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
Cowboys, let's go now. Cowboys, ready.
In the red zone now. Chased out to his right. And he's going to go down. Great work by the Saints. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. Second and goal coming up.
At the Saints' 8-yard line.
Ready. Viking 8, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Gibbs now from the gun. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
Seven Pirates. Go.
Daniels, 3rd and goal. Escapes the pocket. And that one's incomplete for now. He brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. So now, following the penalty, it's first and goal.
Down. Bronco 80. Ready, right?
To throw, Daniels. Screen here from Gibbs. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal.
I I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he's going to have the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers break the tie here in the first. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Washington now to return. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Saints to the line now. First and 10. Starting on the ground with Henderson. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock. You already got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Russ now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's going to be third and long.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
And we'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. We know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also puts the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there. You even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
So we're down to 3 quarters remaining in our opening weekend of football. It's a 14-7 game. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break.
Thank you, Voodoo. We'll see.
For the second quarter, Saints in possession of the football. They have second and pretty long here. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Brought in a big gain here for Diggs. Quick rally to the catch by the defense, stopping the gain at the 33. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
First down, Saints.
Green, cut.
It's Henderson on the give. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Second and 10 at the Buccaneers' 33-yard line.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10. Wilson now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Throwing on third, Wilson. Complete beyond the marker. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Anderson's going to take this straight ahead. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he's got it. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. You're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Gravity lock, Bronco 80.
Drive begins with Gibbs. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down.
Cougar 19. 65 catch, 65.
Out of the gun, Daniels. That's brought in by Calvin Ridley. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets up the first. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. On first down, it's Gibbs. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Pulling the out route complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Makes the tackle. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open, deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Cowboy 80. Go.
Another one for and he bottled up just a few yards into that second down run.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Ready,
Third down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready.
Here he is on 3rd and short. That's caught for the first. Running in the red zone. And in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers take a second quarter lead. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So the back does the work that time. Brock taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. Butker on now to kick this one away. Washington now to return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Henderson. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit. He's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Here's Wilson to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. That's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Now Wilson on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Ross off the play fake. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
Okay, what I love about that play, everybody can see the pass breakup, the knock away. You can see the result. What you don't see are the fundamentals. Corner's job of mirroring that route, being stride for stride, and then having the great anticipation and timing to knock it away.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. 3rd and long for him here. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Wilson's pass intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
Well, just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Daniels back to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Taking a chance to the end zone. And they score. It's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers blow their lead just before halftime. Calvin Ridley with the touchdown. Now, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, kid, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Washington now to return. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. On play action now, Wilson. Makes the grab in bounds left side. He will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him.
That's good for the Saints.
First down, here's Russ. Caught, nice game left side. He's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10. Taking the handoff. Now Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Things not looking good after that sack. 15 to go here on second down. Now here's Russ. That's completed right side. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. The Saints call their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the red zone now. And this is going to fall incomplete in the end zone. No hit at all right there. And we've got to regroup for second down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Man in motion here. To throw again on second and 10. Wilson. And this is going to fall incomplete. Well, they made a call for the end zone. Nobody picked up on the other end. So now it's third down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Throw here, third down. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up fourth and long. Corey Gallis connects.
I mean, how many times you gonna throw that ball in the end zone and nobody catches it, you know? Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
We'll see if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. Starting from the 5. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. This return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, you're number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
The give to Gibbs to start the third. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
On the set.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves. Warriors 70.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. On the move, headed right. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They send the tight end in motion. Shotgun snap for Wilson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. He's looking for his back to near Gibbs there. So it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
He lofts one deep, center of the field. He's got it deep downfield. And he is down inside the 35-yard line.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Daniels setting up the play action. Forced out to his right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Ready? Cougar 19, Bronco 80. Ready?
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And 2 yards all he can get. It's 3rd down.
Here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Cup 19, Cup 19. 79 Broncos. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Ready?
3rd and long, they're going to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So through some pretty blatant interference, he found a way to make the catch for the first down, Brock, and they can decline that penalty.
You know what you don't find in the NFL, Kate? You don't find receivers that aren't hungry. When that ball's in the air, they want to eat, and they will fight, and they will scratch, and they will claw through contact to make sure they get their touches.
And this is going to go as a gain of about escorted out.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. Right? Look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Get it. 18 Cotton, 19 Wyatt. Let's go.
Now Daniels off the play action. That one connects. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with. Right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Harrison Butker is set to kick
Butker on now to kick this one away. Washington now to return. They get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
at their own 17-yard line.
Offense showing trips out wide as they get set for this 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open to beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Emmanuel Forbes makes the play. And the Buccaneers take over after returning it inside the red zone. Now, depending on which side of the ball you're looking at here, Brock, things have either been very sharp or they've been just awful to start this 2nd half. 2 drives, 2 interceptions now.
I mean, where do you think I'm looking, Kate?
Oh, I know. Where you been looking?
It's a miserable place to be as a quarterback, just knowing you're hurting your team, not even giving yourself a chance, giving the ball away.
Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Daniels. He's got it, it's in close. And that is a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers parlay the interception into points.
You know, you can't stop big momentum, folks. Ain't nothing I can do. You know, anything I do, I've done everything. Ain't happening.
Sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one.
Game over.
More games to
Good game, Mike.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Washington now to return. Fights his way through a tackle. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. They got to him early, and they laid a big hit on it. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. He had it for a moment.
And nobody want to hold on that ball? Nobody want to hold on to a ball.
Ball and defender
Come on, man.
at the same time there. And now it's 2nd down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he was showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw in the coverage too many times, you get more interceptions.
Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Such a big part of that breakup, Kate, or any breakup as a corner, is your positioning relative to the target. You really need timing of it all. You can be in the right spot, but if you don't time it, the ball is...
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. And the Buccaneers are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Oh, man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
Not on the same page with his tight end. And it sets up second down.
It's now second down.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Cowboy 8.
Coming right is Gibbs. That's a good run. Give him a gain of about 7 on the cutback towards the middle. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Saints will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Saints to the line now. 1st and 10.
Alert. 380. What?
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some strong hands got in the way there.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Now Wilson on the play fake. Throwing the out route complete. And this gets him well away from danger as he is up past their 20. Gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Saints first down.
A gain of 15. First down, New Orleans.
They give now to Henderson. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Russ now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Wilson on 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And that will bring up 4th and 3.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
380. Start.
Here's Wilson, 4th down. Pass brought in by Wilson. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That is a clutch 7-yard pickup, partner. Pays off the call to go for it there on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Wilson on 1st and 10. Setting up the screen with Henderson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's going to be the Saints with the football, but any efforts might be futile facing that deficit. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Start.
They go with Henderson here. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
It's going to be a rough rest of the season with these Saints offensive line. They are terrible. They're just getting bullied around this game.
But the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. Chased out to
Oh, okay, all right.
That one complete to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
A gain of 13 yards. And the
From the
Saints.
gun, it's Wilson. It's incomplete. Should have been a
And how many drops today? How many drops?
No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face second down. Throwing again is Russ. That one is
That's just another drop.
Couldn't hang on through the
Just another drop.
tough one to return through that.
Let's go, boys.
So now it's going to be third and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Russ is cooking again. And it's incomplete. It's going to bring it fourth down.
It's one of those third down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
I can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on fourth down. Desperation time here. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Get it. Ready, ready.
It's Gibbs on the carry. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. Two on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with third down and 5.
Brings up third and 5.
Come on. Set. Panthers 18. Find it. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Out of the gun, Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Cowboy 80. Cup 19. Cup 19. 19 Lion.
Fourth down, here's Daniels. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, not a bad play by any means. There's room for more, and they know it.
At the 47-yard line.
Wilson now from the gun. Ronnie in, a big gain here for Diggs. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Saints first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Right here with Henderson. Look at this, 9 yards on a
the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and
After a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. They send the tight end in motion left. This is Henderson on second down. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Wilson throwing, 3rd and 1. And he's got it. Has a layup for it, but touchdown. The Saints making the scoreboard look a touch better. Christian Watson with the touchdown. Here Dallas on for the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Saints make it an 18-point game.
42. Saints 24.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20.
Ready, set.
Bucks to the line. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Flush down out to his left. He's keeping it. Danielson, he lost the football. And the Saints have the recovery.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
Man in motion out of the slot. First down, here's Russ. They get an even 10 on that play. That's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans. From the red zone on first. Getting out to his left. Taking off with it again. And they take this in for the score. The Saints get it back to within 2 possessions. Russell Wilson with the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. One after is good by Boy Gallis. And the Saints make it an 11-point ball game.
42. Saints 31.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. He fields it from the 8. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield down inside the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
44-yard line.
60, 18 Cardinal, 19 Lions.
Throwing on first down. Daniels. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Giving him an 18-yard pickup there. And the Bucks have the first.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Got that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He beams one deep right. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Jesse Bates in to pick it off.
By the Saints. Will take over first and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Wilson from his own end zone. This is thrown towards a defender instead, and he's the one who makes a play on football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on first down. 2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Throwing again here from the end zone. Why not Go back to it again if it's working. Complete. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. They get 37 on the play. And that's good for a Saints first down.
A gain of 37 yards. First down, Saints.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. So second down coming up. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but the heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Here he is to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do, try to force that fourth down, it's down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And it's incomplete. Saints on with their best.
Well, we tried, boys. We tried. GG. Good job.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet. But let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
This is very close, but it looks like he's going to be marked. Yep, marked shy that first down at the 30. The Saints calling for a timeout, so they're first.
Get it? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 70 Timberwolves. Let's go.
31, Daniels. It's on target to Johnson. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and the quarterback will find you again.
Bronco 80. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Bronco 80.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Headed out right. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
I can pretty much guarantee you, Kate, the minute that quarterback left the pocket, that D coordinator started to hold his breath. It is so hard when you play a dual threat QB out on the run in space, especially down here in the red zone, but the defense rises to the occasion.
I'm going to pass it here. Buys time, rolling right. And he finds him in the end zone for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers have likely locked up the win right there. Chris Olave with the touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Buccaneers push their lead to 18.
49. Saints 31. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Washington now to return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's first and 10. Here's Henderson. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Russ now from the gun. this one makes it 3rd down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
He's in trouble and gets brought down again. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Just an incredible, incredible effort out of him today. And the type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he gets it away from his end zone. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At their own 42-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Hawk, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Trap 60, trap 60. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready,
To throw, Daniels. Got for big yards on the right side. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22.
You guys, thanks for watching. Good night. Good fight. Have a good rest of your night.
This isn't just
See you next game.